So we have our 7 of our 8 playable races here. We're not introducing our 8th playable profession. Sorry, we're not introducing that last one here. We'll pick an engineer since that goes well with being a char. As you can see, char have the same height and physique sliders, although we don't have physique in for the char yet. But in addition to that, you've got fur. So you have various fur patterns that you can pick. You can pick different colors, so you can mix and match colors with different tiger stripe patterns and things like that. So you make kind of an interesting looking character there. That's pretty cool. So, and then of course char have the usual hair options. They've got head options, and of course as a char, one of the things that's really important is your horns. So char also have a horn option. And you can get some pretty neat kind of ornate horns there. Char will eventually also have the face detail sliders that the humans have, not in right now for the demo. And then we've got armor dye. You can dye your char just like you could your human. And here we go on to the biography, which you all saw last year. A couple of things that we wanted to point out about the biography is how unique it is for each race. So, for example, the char. If you want to go on to the next one, keep going. So we're going to pick Iron Legion because we're an engineer, and that fits really well. And so this question, for example, is very unique to the char. Char all grew up in their warband with their friends. And to give you a little bit of a spoiler, how this will affect your story is these are all members of your warband who appear in the opening mission. And whichever member you pick, they are going to be the only one that survives with you. And so what you're doing is you're picking your companion who's going to be with you in your personal story, and all the rest of them are going to die. So who do you want to pick? Pick Maverick?
Maverick.
Okay, yeah. Okay, and then there's another question that affects your story. And then, as we had before, our biography, and we'll go into the and take a look at the char intro. Okay, so we're going to go into the char tutorial experience, and what you're going to see is a little bit of Guild Wars 1 history, which is when the char reconquered Ascalon, and they were almost conquered everything. King Adalbern smashed his sword and caused all of the char who were invading to die, and raised his own soldiers up as ghosts. And so what the char are doing now is dealing with the aftermath of that. And so this is an action to go and fight Duke Baradin, who is a character in Guild Wars 1, and now you're going to fight his ghost. Okay, so a couple of things that we've changed since the last time we saw our demo. You'll notice that our skill acquisition system is a little different. So if you notice, as Matthew is killing characters with his skill, you see that second skill is unlocking. And it's not designed to be a grindy process. It's designed to be a really quick learning process. Like you can see, he's pretty well on his way to unlocking it. It's designed to be something that when you find a new weapon, it teaches you how to use the weapon and eases you into kind of using it, so you don't get overwhelmed by having a lot of skills right off the bat. And so this is one of the things that we wanted to try to do, is make the game really, really easy for new players to learn, because we are introducing a lot of sort of radical concepts. Matthew can get on a mortar here, which is also a big part of being a char. Another thing you'll notice is Matthew's able to dodge around. We've gotten rid of the energy potions that we had before, and now we use that bar as a meter for dodging. And I'll explain a little bit how that works after we watch this. So now you notice he dodges. This is nice for a couple reasons. We have a dodge button on screen, so players who maybe don't like the double tapping can push that button, or they can bind it to a hotkey, and then you can dodge really simply. The other thing that allows us to do is have different professions that can manipulate that bar. So thieves, for example, might be able to recharge the dodge bar for their party members, and in that way they can help support people in a very flavorful way for their profession. That's up there. What's that? The tip was up there for a long time. The tool tip. Okay. So now we're heading down into the crypt of Duke Baradin. And we're going to go help out Ritlock, who's one of the big char heroes. As you can see there, some of the members of our warband we've been seeing along the way. So one of the things we wanted with this with the char introductory experience is really give players that sort of feeling of nostalgia. They're going through the old catacombs in Ascalon, and now they're fighting. As you see, we've encountered our first dynamic event, and like all dynamic events, this one is scaling up. You can see there's a lot of other players here participating in this. Both players from the show floor, as well as we've got players from ArenaNet staying up late playing with everybody again. And so you see we've got ghost waves defeated 1 through 4, and these waves are a lot larger to accommodate the larger number of players. And as you can see, as I said about the skill unlock system, Matthew has his skill number 2 unlocked, and he's kind of well on his way to unlocking his 3rd skill now. There's Duke Baradin. So one of the things that we've tried to do is make our big bosses a little bit more active. So you'll notice even if you go back and play the bosses we've already shown, like the human earth elemental, the frost worm, we've added more skills to them. They're more interesting fights now. Duke Baradin in particular has quite a number of special things that he does. So you see right there, he raised up and he's causing rocks to fall from the ceiling, and those are where those red circles are appearing. The red circles give players a warning that some AoE is going to happen there, so they can dodge out of the way. And then you saw the big hammer smash that he has as well. Now Duke Baradin is also going to scale and get new skills and have more health according to the number of players that are around. He'll summon more ghosts to help him out. This is all part of that thing that we talked about at last year's Gamescom as well, where we want players to really experience sort of big, epic, really cool gameplay right from the beginning. Matthew dodged right into it that time. So Matthew's using his self-heal there. As you can see, we also have a new camera that we use in boss fights. It's got a little bit of a field of view change, a little bit pulled back because our bosses are so large. We want people to be able to see them. So. Okay, and that's the end of Duke Baradin. Okay, and after this, much like in previous things, we'll load into the persistent area now. The area that the char start in is the area of Ashford, which is an area, again, that players will be familiar with from Guild Wars 1. You'll be able to see things like the Great Wall, ruins of the Great Wall. Inside the Black Citadel, which is the char homeland, there are things like the Great Horn at Rin, which players blew in the first game to try to defeat the char. They have that as a trophy now. And so they've built up their area around where the old human capital was. So now we're actually going to go into a little bit of a high-level area and show you some Asura gameplay.